Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Syami bin Osman. Today, our group will present our case study. Site organization is a detailed and well-thought-out process which ensures a health and safe construction site throughout its build. An organized construction site establishing a well-coordination system among different parts and performing a good site layout planning. An efficient site management is evaluated in terms of three most critical areas, which first, cost, second, schedules, and last is the efficiency. Next is the project background. Title project propose of reconstruction and upgrading of student facilities and roof spaces at Unit 10 Muazzam Shah Fahang. Client University Tenaga Nasional. The main contractor is Sinas Darus dan Berhad and the construction period is 12 months. Next is type of contract. Due to this is a government project, the type of contract used is PWD 203A Revision 2007. Next is the scope of work. There is 12 items, which first is preliminaries, second is leisure reading area and reception counter section C1, third is e-discussion section C2, 4 is new discovery area section C3, 5 is light and easy area section C4, 6 is 24-hour study section 5, 7 is student activity center section C6, 8 is MPP section 7, 9 is free and easy section 8, 10 is a problem-based learning section 9, 11 is mechanical and electrical work section 10, 12 is provisional sum which is furniture and ID work section C11. Next is site organization chart. This is the organization chart for this project. Next is organization structure. Based on my research and comparison, the model of organization is mechanistic model, the form of organization is flat organization, and the type of organization is functional structure.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Izzatu Fahana binti Muhammad Noh and I will presenting about the design consideration and procurement method. Before entering to the tender, contractor and consultant must consider the client requirement in construction of a building. The client requirement are contractual and they include descriptions, building specification, design consideration and the scope of work. The client has specific demands and expectations for the project such as multifunctional building, well-performed building with long term lifespan, and an intelligent building with high quality system. Total gross floor area for this project is 1247.46 meters square. The area that include for this project is library, MPP, student activity center, PBL, and free and easy. The design constraint for this project: first, building limit. Architect provide their plan and the material recommended are relatively inexpensive. The client advised the architect to suggest material that are both economical and of good quality in order to save money. Other than that is sound and noise. Sound or loud noise could be from the use of machinery and crane movement when carry out the construction work. Besides, it is time consuming. The time in completing the construction work will be affected as the construction time of the work is limited. Next is metal deck roof. Metal deck roof is a corrugated metal panel that used for a roofing application. The function of metal deck roof is support the roof system of a building. Next, for procurement method, there have 5 tender process. First, invitation to tender. The client has issued the tender to the best contractor with financial stability and previous project experience. Contractor must respond to the letter from indicating whether or not they are interested in bidding on the project. Second, by tender document. Tenderer interested in bidding on this project must purchase the tender material, which is include BOQ, from the client office. Third, tender submissions. Tenderer will submit their bids on time so that their price and technical data can be evaluated. For tender evaluation, after the evaluation, the client will receive a tender report that will justify the finance contractor at a reasonable price. And lastly, letter of award. Once the client has chosen a contractor, the contractor will be given a letter of award confirming that the project must be completed. The total number of tenderer bidding for this project is 13 bidder, and Avaya Work Sdn Bhd has been chosen to carry out of the project as the contractor. There is a contrast between the tender price and the quantity surveyor estimate as can be seen. There is 5% difference between the tender amount and the actual tender amount, where the tender sum amount is 2,999,029 ringgit, while QS estimation is 2,488,77.55 ringgit Malaysia.
Assalamualaikum dan selamat sejahtera. Saya ucapkan kepada Dr. Wan. Before I start my presentation, I would like to introduce myself first. My name is Muhammad Nabil Adib. My matric number is A18BE0012. Okay, so I'm going to continue our group presentation on the part of cost analysis. Okay, so first of all, cost analysis definition. Cost analysis is a methodological breakdown of the cost of the basic elements or functional parts in a buildings. Okay, the contractor conduct cost analysis to determine how the company or project spend its money and resources. Okay, this is our cost analysis based on case study. Okay, the first items is work below floor finish. The contract is 195 in 95,000, while the real cost is only 73,000, and the floor slab is 114, and the real cost is more than the contract cost. Frame and iso wall are also more than contract cost. Concrete imprint is the real cost is less than contract cost. And number 5, architecture, the real cost is less than the contract cost, which is 129,000, while the real cost is only 75,000. And number 6, for signage, it's the same for contract and cost at 10,000. And number 7, for M&E, the contract is 51,000, while the real cost is 67,000. And for number 8, heating, ventilation and lighting system, fans, contract cost is 66,000, while the real cost is 42,000. And in total for the contract is 1 million plus, and then for the cost is 920,000, and the differences between them is 95,000. Okay, this is the breakdown of our major costs. I will just read through it real fast because I don't want to take a long time explaining about this. Okay, for the first one is for preliminary work, the contract sum is 13,000. Leisure, reading area, in discussion, all these have their own contract sum. As you can see in the table, they are all sum of every section of this area. So if you want to read through, you can pause the video. Okay, and then there are three resources available at all construction site. The first one is labor resources, the second one is material resources, and the third one is plant and machinery. Okay, for the first one, the labor management. Labor management is one of the most effective approach used by construction managers. With efficient labor management, workers' availability will always be sufficient to finish all construction activities on schedule. Construction workers can be found on construction site performing a variety of activities ranging from a simple to the complex activities such as laying bricks and painting the wall. Okay, and then poor labor quality might lead to poor job quality, and as a result, that will cause delays in delivery of the project, and also client dissatisfaction. Okay, for number 2, which is material management. Material management is a way of planning, managing, and controlling activities involving the flow of material in a construction project. From there, this include from their introduction phase, production process, and ultimate delivery to the site. This strategy can lead to the control of the location, movement, and time of those material. Why material management is important? This is due to the fact that inadequate material management can have a significant impact on the total building time, quality, and budget. It is critical for material planning and control to guarantee that the proper quality and quantity of materials and installed equipments are specified in a timely way, procured at a reasonable cost, and available when it is required. Okay, and for the last one, the number 3, the plant and machinery management. Plant and machinery must be chosen, delivered to the job site, used and returned to the company when the project is over. Okay, we also must follow the manufacturer's instruction on how to use and maintain the construction equipment. For example, loader and excavator. Some machines are designed to lift and move objects or material up to a particular weight limit. An operator must be aware of this restriction. If they use it more than, or they lift something more than the weight limit, it may cause the machinery to be broken and cause casualty to the workers at the site. Okay. Okay, we also need to inspect after each usage to determine whether that the machinery or plant is still in an excellent working order, and we can use it or maybe utilize it for more tasks on the job site. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you.
Project planning management. First, work program. Project planning, often known as a project management, is concerned with the use of schedules to plan and track the development of a project on the ground. An effective project plan must include an estimate of the time it will take to accomplish each activity, the resources needed to prepare for each task, and the best strategy for completing each task. The contractor EnviroWorks Engineering Sdn Bhd used Microsoft Project to create the performance of each task and work for this project. They also use a Gantt chart as a framework for completing the work within the time span allotted. The work schedule will reveal whether actual progress on site is ahead or of schedule or behind schedule compared to their proposed schedule. Not only that, but we can also determine the critical path, which includes tasks that must be considered. This work program is an important planning and management tool that contributes to the project's success, so that the contractor can effectively manage their time and determine which tasks should be completed first. Second is problems in project planning and scheduling. The main issues was the original scope being contradicted. For example, the scope of the original job was altered from RC slab to fiber flow slab due to disagreement in the scope of the original work. The contractor and the consultant or client have evaluated modification in the scope of work in the terms of contract price. The consultant and the client choose to use the original scope of work RC slab as a result of the review and after figuring out the best strategy to tackle the problem. As a result, the consultant or client must submit the updated construction drawing once more. Next is there are some materials that are out of stock in terms of supply. For example, according to the specification, the supplier are out of stock of I-beam and CHS. The contractor had to wait for the factory to replenish its supplies. It will have significant impact on the project timelines. Furthermore, waiting for goods to be restocked and delivered is time-consuming. Problems and issues happen during the construction. The challenges and concerns that occur are the additional scope of work for this project. There are extra roof trusses, additional painting works, and electrical wire according to architect instruction note 10 dated 31 May 2017. As a result, the consequences of the scope of work include a 21-day material purchasing process. Furthermore, the procedure of purchasing material is important for production. Next is the building area is then encircled by students. The problem occur when work during lecture was disrupted by noise, which also disrupted the students' learning process. As a result, working hours during the day are restricted due to lecture time constraint. It took 10 to 15 days to extend the time. In fact, the challenges and issues are well managed with no accident occurring during the development process.
Salam Sejahtera, my name is Inersi Sandar. So I will continue with project document analysis and project performance evaluation. For the project document analysis, there are three important elements, which is construction drawing, architecture drawing, and as-built drawing. Construction drawing are created by architect or engineer during the construction process. The goal of this drawing is to fully describe the quantity and location of each design constituent elements. For architectural drawing, is an illustration of what the final product will look like plus an instructional tool on how to achieve it. As-built drawing is a set of original design to revise drawing upon completion of a project to reflect all changes made during the construction period. The architect and engineers of this project also created several drawings to refer and to use for building work of this project. Progress payment records. Progress payment records are critical to any construction project since they ensure that the contractor's cash flow and petty cash are constant, allowing the project to function smoothly and without any financial issues. The contractor has received 5 interim payments in total for this project. There is an amount certified for each payment for the project as shown in the payment breakdown below. As you can see, this is the payment breakdown for the interim payment received by the contractor of this project. Next is final account. The statement of final account shows below the tender sum of uh, this project after adding the total net of additional work and final contract sum after GST. The contractor has obtained a final payment certificate which is shown below. Continuing with project performance evaluation. First, time performance. Time is vital in any construction project since it determines how long it takes to complete the project. The contractor failed to complete the construction work on time as specified in the contract for this project. Despite this, the client agrees to an EOT due to few reasons that affect the completion of the task. The contractor has made 3 EOTs as total. Cost performance. The variation order is frequently linked to cost performance. Additional or omission of work in a construction project will result in an increase or decrease in the project cost from the contract price. In this project, the design team, consult team, and contractor team all have to do their best to monitor and keep the project expenditures within the contractor's sum. It's excellent to note that the total cost of this project did not surpass is less than the initial contract value it addressed. The overall amount of omission is more than the whole amount of added. Finally, this project was considered good in terms of cost performance because the expenditures were well managed. Next, quality performance. The final consideration is the quality of work. In a construction project, the client expected a high quality building and all work to be completed according to the client's specifications. For this project, overall quality performance can be defined as good since it has a strong workforce that is performing an excellent job. A certificate of practical completion was awarded for this project. To sum up, the project performance was considered good and there were few issues during the construction phase. That's all from us. Thank you.